G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tuckerwart, Marks Point, with a very early Friday morning, Christmas Eve report. Now firstly, this week has been a very turbulent week down the warehouse. Obviously of Monday there we had a pretty severe car accident and the vehicles travelled into the warehouse. I've got to say, you know, if it wasn't for the staff, all the contractors that have helped this week, and a lot of work behind the scenes, we wouldn't be up and running. And today is our first official day back at work in almost 100% working rate, I suppose you could say. So look, we're back and running. It wasn't a COVID scare as some people might like to think, and if you missed the news, and which was pretty hard to do, the beauty of it was anyone in the accident was not hurt, and that's the last thing anyone wants to see just upon Christmas, loved ones getting injured in car accidents. But look, a little bit of the areas closed off, but we're back up and running as of this morning, and I'm just about to head straight down to work after the report and get stuck into it. So here's our Christmas report, and look, we're down here at the moment just inside Lucy's Breakwater. Salts Bay is the background, Swansea Bridge to the west of us, a little bit of cloud out to sea, and it's been a funny old week. You know, very humid, very muggy. I've got a little bit of a light southeaster here this morning, and probably only a metre or so of swell. Run out tide, ran about 8:30 this morning, bottom of the tide, and then like a 1:30 high tide this afternoon. I think we're going to see a little bit of weather over the Christmas period. It appears, you know, maybe Monday, Tuesday, we're going to have a bit of a sou'easter, so just be aware of that, maybe a few showers. Now look, some sensational fishing this week. Offshore, some incredible water temperatures being achieved out here at the moment. On the shelf yesterday, water temperature almost 25 degrees. I know a few of the boys were out there having a crack. They lost a little blue marlin there yesterday. No dolphin fishes yet, surprisingly enough, out wide, but incredibly warm water and a lot of bait on our shelf line. So things are starting to get themselves together out wide. The FAD out of Swansea, 24-degree water on the FAD at Swansea, and cobalt blue. No dolphin fish out there on the FAD at the present moment, but look, it's only a matter of weeks, and if this water temperature stays as consistent as what it is, we're going to see dolphin fish and obviously black marlin coming down the coast right along our New South Wales coastline this summer. It really does look incredibly warm for this time of year. Along the beaches, there's been plenty of whiting and bream and a few mulloway, of course, which you would expect at this time of year. The offshore guys are really struggling still. There's not a lot of bonito around, which is really unusual. I thought they'd be here in very big numbers. But this week, however, there've been some really nice snapper getting caught on dusk, and I think that's why that you've got to fish late or very, very early. The water's very clear with this warm water around at the moment, and you won't get these better fish in the shallow water through the day because it's just too clear. You've got to wait for that afternoon. But fish up to 4 kilo getting caught between Caves and Catherine Hill Bay at the moment. Snapper, that is, as well. So some really nice fish happening, and a few trag just appearing now, Redhead and Catherine Hill Bay. That'll all come together over again the next few weeks. So offshore, plenty of scope there. Now in the estuary, it's on fire. It's incredible whiting getting caught at the moment. Obviously tube worms are working fantastic, but you can also catch some of these whiting walking the flats, or even over here on the edge at Salts Bay with a lot of the surface lures, panics and sugar pens working absolutely beautiful. So you've got plenty of scope there, some beautiful flathead in the system. Now a lot of these flathead at the moment are already starting to pair up and starting to spawn. There's quite a lot of breeding females in the system, so I think a little bit of sensibility there. Just be careful, and if you catch some of these big breeding females at this time of the year in particular, it's critical that we get them back into the water, so just be a little bit sensible there. Some great kings getting caught, particularly at the bridge. There was a fish caught this week, 12 kilo. Some of those kings have also drifted into the lake areas such as Coal Point and the drop over. Down rigging with squid is probably one of the favourite ones, and you will get some very, very good kings as a result. Now look, squid have started to increase. Another Wednesday night onwards next week, that'll be when the end of the year prawn run comes on. I think you'll see squid numbers build over the next few weeks. You'll start to see them at the drop over, obviously Murray's Beach, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fair few squid in the channel in particular on that prawn run next week, and then people can take advantage of the kingfish. And look, there's also going to be probably quite a bit of boat traffic around through our Christmas period. Fishing in the evenings and very early in the mornings are the tip. Look, if you're just with a family and just want to have a bit of a knock around, that's fine as well. But if you're a keen angler, fishing late or into the evening will be basically the best way to go. Salts Bay here in particular gets nice and quiet of an evening, but there's some really nice bream at the bay and out towards the heads here at the moment, and we're starting to see some real improvement. The estuary has just been fishing unbelievably well, still getting some mulloway down around Pulborough Island and up towards Coley, Belmont Bay in particular, and there's some really nice crabs around at the present moment. So guys now taking advantage of those stretching, I suppose, that little bit of experimentation with these new crab traps and getting some very, very nice crabs in their traps, which is great to see. Now look, this week the Xeric fish of the week is Bob Sheldon. He basically caught a 76 centimetre flathead on his first time with Vibes down the back of the lake, and that fish again was released, and a lot of our anglers now seeing the importance of putting some of these bigger fish back into the system. Now look, this obviously, as I said, it's been a trying year, and look, I wish all of our listeners and certainly our customer base all the very best for Christmas. If you're travelling away, please take care on the highway. It's always difficult and dangerous, and of course with all the COVID that is going on around, play it safe. We'll be opened obviously today, probably in the next half an hour I'll be down there, and we're going to have a Boxing Day sale which will be on Sunday. I'm going to walk around the store. I'm going to be pretty brutal, I've got to tell you. We've already got some rods already selected, 50% off some of our rods, but you just come into the store on Boxing Day, we'll make it worth your while. And as I say, we're going to just be brutal, and there's going to be a lot of clearance stuff happening. So all the best for Christmas. I'll see you next week.